What's up guys, it's a strategy. So I've had these Meta Ray-Ban display for more than 24 hours now, and I've been using them a lot, and I really have a lot of thoughts. And I thought maybe I should share these thoughts for if you are looking to maybe purchase one or get ready to go to the demo and don't know what to expect. Hopefully these will be helpful. Let's talk about the hardware first. The glasses themselves are really good, really well made if you can get over the look of it, or if you like the looks, and I think that's perfect. The display is really good as well for what it is. I mean, obviously it's not a 4K, full screen display. It's only on one side, which is on the right eye, on the right lens, and it doesn't take up the entire perspective or the entire lens, just a section of it, but it's large enough to display useful information, and it's colorful, and it's also bright enough to use in the sunlight. The lens themselves are transitions lens, so they, indoor with no UV light, they're just clear, and then when you go out exposed to the UV, and they will turn kind of dark. So here's an example where right now it's clear, and then I'm exposing these to the sun, and as you can see, it slowly turned darker. It definitely takes a few seconds to change the color from light to dark and dark to light. But I think that's the same as the normal transitions lens. Here's the side-by-side comparison. It's not like your traditional sunglasses. This could be a good thing or a bad thing, but apparently they still protect your eyes even if they're not dark from UVA and UVB, from what I've read. And these are not new technology. These transitions lenses are the same as, what's been on the market for years now. The NeuroBand is really amazing. It's really what impressed me the most about this whole package. It really is well built, very comfortable. It fits really well. It works really well. It has a lot of adjustability. So it goes down to this size where you can close it down, and then it goes up all the way to this side where it's a lot bigger. And this is size number 2, so there are 3 different sizes for the band. There's number 1, number 2, and number 3, and this one is number 2, so this is the medium one. So yeah, and the gestures work really well. They are very natural to use, and it works most of the time. Of course, it's not perfect. I've noticed that sometimes when it doesn't work, it's because I have my arm or my hand on like an armrest. So I think that messed with the sensor a little bit. So as soon as I pull my arm out or move my arm and use the gesture again, it works perfectly. So most of the time it works really well, and that is really amazing. Last thing on the hardware, the glasses are pretty heavy, and it's definitely heavier than, a traditional sunglasses or glasses for that matter. So you wear them for a long period of time and you get this. So you can probably see like the little imprint. That's physics, that's normal because this is not light. Now let's talk about software. This is where I want you guys to really consider and think more about it, because going in, I really didn't think a whole lot about software. But from using it for at least 24 hours, it really feels like this is where the limitations currently are. And a lot of the cons of this device is really coming from. It's because like the software is just super, super limited and somewhat buggy. I have found a few bugs where the display, like the buttons were rendered incorrectly, and sometimes the display wouldn't turn on, but it's pretty rare, but it does happen. It actually happened like maybe 3 or 4 times in the past 24 hours. But the main thing about the software is that it's super, super limited, and everything is contained. All you can do is contained in this like Meta ecosystem. Everything on the glasses have to go through the Meta AI app on your iPhone or Android. So you have to have your Meta AI app on your phone and syncs with this glasses. And also you have to like grant all the permissions, like locations needs to be always on, precise locations, so you can use the maps on here, and you need to grant the contacts information. You need to grant, link your Apple Music or Spotify and all that stuff. and Instagram and all that, like in the Facebook ecosystem, everything has to be done on the Meta AI app, and that's what you get on the glasses. There's no Google Maps, there's no Apple Maps, there's no third-party apps. Basically, what you can do right now on the glasses are just, read messages, reply to messages, reply and create and read WhatsApp, Instagram messages. You can't browse Instagram. You cannot, use your handwriting just yet. I know that they announced that at the event when they unveiled this, but as of right now, there's no option to write out handwritings. You have to use dictations. So those are the limitations, and it really kind of concerns me because that means you're kind of forced to give Facebook and Meta your locations always on, no matter if the app is running on the phone or not. They always have access to your location. They have access to your contacts. They have access to your pictures, photos, videos. They have access to your Apple Music. All that stuff is, if you're, concerned at all about your privacy, this is probably not a good device for you. And then there are limitations on iOS, probably imposed by iOS. For example, messages. You can get notifications. You can see those notifications on the screen. You can reply. But you cannot pull up old messages that are on your phone onto the glass to see. Apple Music is another example. While you can play music through Apple Music, you can't select the playlist that you have on your phone, on your Apple Music. What it does is that when you tell it to play music, it's just going to play your personal station. The camera and the video apps are pretty good. It records really, for what it is, very good video quality, very good pictures. Obviously, they're not going to be as good or anywhere near as good as pictures and videos taken on your iPhone or your Android devices. But for what it is, as for a POV, they're really good. And they're also only vertical. So vertical videos, vertical photos, no horizontal. So if you're considering purchasing this right now, I want you to not only think about the hardware, the weight, the looks and all that stuff, but really also think about the software, think about the limitations, think about living in the Meta ecosystem only, think about no third-party options, no third-party apps, at least for now. Think about using Meta Maps instead of Google Maps or Apple Maps. And I've really been questioning myself as to why I should have these glasses. And I can only come up with two reasons. One, at least for me, one is I love the camera here, so I can take POV shots, videos, and pictures. And two, I can occasionally use Meta AI because it can see what I can see, so I can quickly ask, what is in front of me, or what is this, what is that. Let's talk about cost. These glasses cost $800, and even with all those limitations that we just talked about, I actually think that $800 is very reasonable for this. And I wouldn't be surprised actually if Meta and Ray-Ban, probably mostly Meta, is losing money selling these glasses. So with all that we just talked about, what do I think? Well, I'm super, super excited for the future, and I can't wait for Apple, for example, to release something like this, and maybe Google as well. In case of Apple, because I use iPhones and iPads and MacBook, think about everything, and if they can get Apple Intelligence working as they said they would, that would be amazing. Think about these glasses where you can wear all day, unlike the Vision Pro where you can wear like maybe 30 minutes at a time. And you have full access to iOS. You have full access to Apple Home. Think about, imagine if you walk into a room instead of using your voice command or asking Siri to turn on the lights to a certain brightness. Think about if you can use something like the NeuroBand to virtually control every single thing in your room without picking up the remote. And that works in every room. So that's just one example. Think about the iOS and FaceTime and everything on the glass. Think about having access to your entire library of photos on the glass. So those are just a few examples, but think about the possibilities that companies like Google or Apple can do because they have, full access to iOS and Android. Just imagine the possibilities. And I just look forward to a day where I can wear something like this and not be limited to Meta and Facebook. Sorry, Mark. But yeah, this is it. This is all my thoughts that I have so far in the first 24 plus hours of using these glasses in the real world day to day. Hopefully this is helpful, and if you guys still have any questions, let me know and I'll try to answer them. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.